Today I've got the Xtar BC4 battery charger. This is a little bit of a specialty battery charger that charges both AA's, AAA's, more conventional nickel metal hydride batteries, and 1.5 volt lithium ions, but not your 4.2 volts. Thanks to Xtar for sending this to me to take a look at and review, and let's get into it. Hey guys, I am trying to grow my Instagram followers so I can share links and things in my stories. So if you're not a follower, please follow me at Liquid Retro. And as always, I appreciate you liking this video and giving this bell icon a click if you like these videos on YouTube too. Here is the packaging that the BC4 comes in. It's a retail clear hanging package. You got the charger up here, and then you have a charging cable here. It is a USB-A to USB-C. You get a manual, and on the backside you just got information about the charger. The charger itself is pretty small here. Here it is compared to a dollar bill. Fits easily in your hand, which is kind of nice too. It's worth noting that there is an older model of the BC4 that Xtar sold under their All Maybe brand. That's also called the BC4. That was a 4-bay charger that charged 4.2 volt lithium batteries and isn't at all like the charger we see here. It's confusing, and I wish Xtar would have chosen a different name for the charger we're looking at here today. So a quick little overview of the physical charger itself. It's got a smoked cover here that comes right off. It's just a friction fit and fits pretty well on there, although it could come out loose in your bags. At the front here, you've got a little 5mm LED in white. You've got a USB output. Output's 5 volts at 1 amp. And then you've got the USB-C input. This is USB-C to C compatible. And then on the side, you've got a button to activate that LED. You've got your ribbon to help take batteries in and out. And this does accept AAA's too, like I was saying. They just go in here just like that, and they kind of sit up at an angle where the AA's sit flat. I tested the charging of this charger with primarily AA sized batteries, although we'll charge the AAA's here. The charger will only charge nickel metal hydride batteries, so the two on the right, and 1.5 volt lithium ion chemistry batteries on the left here. 4.2 volt lithium batteries of either size are not supported. You can mix and match sizes and configurations among all 4 slots. It doesn't matter. Right now I've got the charger plugged into a Aki power bank that I reviewed earlier. I'll link to that video if you're interested. And you can see here you've got 4 red lights at the top when you're charging, and they go green when completely charged. As usual, Xtar technologies are all supported here. 0 volt activation, 3-stage charging, maximized battery lifespan, precise cutoff when charged, reverse polarity protection, short circuit protection, overheating, etc. I started with charging the 1.5 volt lithium ion batteries. As you can see from the graph here, it took 2 hours and 16 minutes at a maximum of 0.3 amps. The battery stopped charging at 1.54 volts. For my nickel metal hydride test, I used an Amazon Basics 2400 milliamp hour battery, and the charge took 2 hours and 7 minutes, so slightly faster. And as you can see here from the graph, it was a more pulse charge with voltage remaining very consistent. For the last test, I charged 2 nickel metal hydride batteries and 2 lithium ion batteries here at the same time. Total charge time was 2 hours and 40 minutes. Here we saw the total charge rate peak at 1.5 amps, and that was spread across all 4 bays, and the charger balances that based on the chemistry of the battery and how depleted it is. Overall, I had no complaints here. It seemed to do the job just fine for a low-cost charger. So at first, if you're like me, I kind of wondered what's the point of a 1.5 volt lithium ion battery, why you might use it over a nickel metal hydride or a standard alkaline cell. The very basics of how they work are you take a standard lithium ion battery here, and you can kind of feel it. The separation line here is almost just here between the white and the blue, and so the battery's only about this tall, and then you've got circuitry on top, and what that does is step down the 4.2 volts that the battery is and step it down to that 1.5 amps. The ones here provided by Xtar are rated at 3,300 milliwatt hour, and that's different from milliamp hour. So why you might choose a lithium battery over standard alkaline is you've got more power density in the lithiums. It's kinder on the environment too, because you're not constantly throwing something away. You can recharge it. In terms of power, these 1.5 volt batteries don't suffer voltage sag as they discharge like alkaline and nickel metal hydrides do. So high drain devices like camera flashes won't slow down their recycle rate during use. The bad side is built-in power meters on some devices won't be accurate as they count on that voltage sag to estimate the amount of life. There's also no memory effect when compared to nickel metal hydride. I found in a couple of the devices I tried, the devices just completely failed after a while, and that's just when these get depleted, the low voltage protection circuit kicks in, it just stops all power flow. I did run some quick comparisons with the Olight i5T copper and with the Xtar 1.5 volt lithium batteries rated at the 3,300 milliwatt hour and the Amazon Basic high capacity batteries rated about 2,400 400 milliamp hour that I had previously tested with this light. As you can see from the graph here, the outputs are identical except for the very end. The lithium ion cell has a very sharp drop off when the internal protection circuit kicks in on the battery and stops all current. The nickel metal hydride, on the other hand, has some gradual decline as the voltage sags as it ends near its life cycle. Run times were within just a few minutes difference of each other, with the nickel metal hydride having a slight advantage on this light, but you did get lower outputs at the end. My conclusion is this is a basic charger from a brand with a good track record, and I'm not sure it has a ton of application in the current flashlight market for enthusiasts, but it has applications elsewhere in your household. It's a nice charger for photographers looking to recharge their in-loop batteries from power banks or other sources. And it would work great if you've upgraded to the 1.5 volt lithium ion batteries, which would work great for charging a camera flash. It also worked great for recharging rechargeable batteries for kids' toys. AA and AAA are probably the most common sizes for that, and other household tasks. Yes, there are flashlights that use that AA size batteries with nickel metal hydride batteries, and for that it'd work fine. Your 1.5 volt lithium ion batteries would work there too. I personally use the 4.2 volt lithium 14500s in my lights, where I'm able to due to more performance and good run times generally. I think this would be a little bit more useful charger if the charger also charged your 4.2 volt lithium ion batteries, and then it'd make a great travel charger too. I like to travel with my Raylight Lands and Pineapples just because they're lower cost and small. If I do lose one, it's not the end of the world, but they still have enough power to get me through a trip. And this would be a great little charger to take and top off a battery if I needed to. But it doesn't take those 14500s. And with the way the contacts work here, I didn't get 14500s to fit in here very well. I like that it uses that USB-C and it's native USB-C to C. It's finally nice to see devices not have to use USB-A to C. That standard 5mm LED isn't anything to write home about in terms of flashlight. It'd be for emergency use only, but it's better than nothing. And that USB out is kind of nice too, because if you've got 4 charged batteries in here, it will output 5 volts at 1 amp, and you could top up your phone a little bit if you needed to, but don't expect to get a lot of charge there. Overall, this is a specialty charger for a niche market, but it does do a good basic job for what it's designed to do, and I can recommend it if you fall into that niche.